Hey guys, welcome to the special marathon training series on the Mike White podcast. Clark and I are planning to run a marathon at the end of 2023, so we'll be getting together every week on the podcast, discussing how our training's going and what the path is moving forward. Hope y'all enjoy. All right, we're back on the Mike White podcast here with Clark Blunt. Clark, how's it going?
It's going great over here. How about you?
It's good. It's been we took that last week 19 recap off because we were taking the couple weeks after finishing up the first planned 18 weeks of training. So it's good to be back, and we're about to start back up here tomorrow. So I want to start out though with a health update because we're still in the weeds. We don't know exactly when you'll be able to run. So any clarity there?
Yeah, it's just an ulcer in my stomach, and so it's not that big of a deal. So that's good. Glad I didn't do surgery. So I've got an ulcer, so I'm taking just a couple of pills to fix that membrane that I've got in my stomach. So that'll be fixed here pretty soon. So I'm almost ready to get back and ready to go.
Awesome. So I think I don't know. We'll see if it works out well. But my plan is, because you and Carter made up that 18-week plan, the couch to marathon type thing, where anyone could finish a marathon if they did your plan. And I'm thinking that's still going to be a good approach, and just I can focus on getting faster as well. Like all these same workouts, even though we're in better shape now, I should be doing them at a better pace. So I added some time at the beginning because it seemed a little easy at this point. So I pretty much copied your thing and just added some time where I thought it would make sense. But I don't know what your plan is, what you want to do moving forward.
I think so. My intentions are to join you for whatever marathon that you end up doing. And so what it's going to take for me, I'm probably a little bit more recovered than you are. But what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to start off with some easy mileage like we did again. So I'm probably just going to take it from the top and just go for it one more time.
Yeah. So like for the first 3 weeks, pretty much, what I'm going to do is just, and really I'm just doing time. So I know you like to put in some mileage there, and I see the benefits of if you have a mileage marker versus a time. That's what the marathon is. It's a mileage thing. So it's more mentally preparing, and you may, like you said, you end up running a little faster when you have the mileage in mind. And I think it's subconscious that the faster you do it, the faster you'll be done. But I like the time aspect just for scheduling. But I think I know you could also do it mileage wise. So I'm not saying my way is like the best way, but the plan I have going forward, first 3 weeks, 45 minutes Monday, 30 minutes Tuesday, 60 minutes Wednesday, Thursday's the off day, Friday, another hour run, Saturday off day, Sunday, an hour and a half. And so the first 3 weeks, I think it'll be a nice kind of easy work back into being consistent. Because the last 2 weeks, I didn't take completely off. I did weights almost pretty regularly, and then went on maybe a handful of runs, but all very slow. So I still feel pretty good, and I think that'll be a good way to start off.
That's good. And I think what you said isn't wrong at all. I think what you do is you pair your mileage with your time. So you could either go off your time, which I think is a good barometer, but you're always going to want to just be conscious of how far you went, right? So that's going to kind of determine what your effort was and kind of how much effort you put into it versus what you should have been putting into it, and how much you were able to recover for the next day. So I don't think you're wrong there. I think that's a great plan.
Yeah, I guess you're right too. Like you should always have that goal mileage. Like if I'm going out for 45 minutes, I should know when I'm going to be about this many miles, and then you can compare it to what you actually end up with. So I'll do that. And takeaways for this week, or these last 2 weeks, I guess, since we haven't talked in a while. Anything become more clear to you running wise, or anything else?
I'll tell you what, this is actually kind of surprising to me. I gained a lot of weight in the maybe 3 weeks where
Really?
I feel like I've lost a lot of definition. And so it's weird. I think my body started to freak out that I wasn't running. And so it flipped to start saving energy. So it's very interesting.
I think yeah. I don't know what it is. If I've heard like when you run a lot, your body produces cortisol. I don't know. This is totally like it's probably bro science, but it makes sense to me that your body is going to be more efficient as we're burning so much energy these last 20 weeks, and then if you just all of a sudden stop, your body's going to take a little bit to adjust. It's still used to you going out and running like a madman, so it's going to conserve energy like that. So that kind of I think that makes sense.
Hmm.
That's good though. You've always
That
been super thin, so it's I mean I don't think
I'm not
adding some
I
extra
don't know that I'm that
pounds.
upset with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I feel I've always been told that you can transition fat over to muscle a lot easier than just creating muscle out of nothing. So I'm excited. We'll see how this goes.
You can be hitting the gym.
I'll probably I'll be hitting the gym a little bit harder. How about
Uh
that?
oh, watch out. But I think that's important. That's what I mean, don't skip leg day, especially for running, because you got to keep all those support muscles strong, and so we stay healthy. So that's a good
That's an
plug right there.
excellent point. Right now is the time that you're going to want to start doing building up to heavier weight for your legs.
Yeah,
And then whenever we get closer to race time, that's when you're kind of doing you're cutting back on weights and just doing it for your muscle health. So that's a good point.
yeah. Squats and lunges are kind of my non-negotiables. I think squats ultimately are I think the best workout for legs, but then lunges are also kind of easy to work in there. I don't know if you have any others you like.
Um, I think getting your deadlifts, and I hate them. I absolutely hate these, but hang cleans are actually pretty good for you too. But I would always say an absolute non-negotiable, especially when we're talking about distance running. It's critical that we're doing our core and also working on stability because training those muscles to be as stable as we're running and as consistent as we can, that's going to be critical.
Yeah, definitely, definitely, and that's the good thing about like you said, deadlifts and squats too. You are engaging your core in those as well. So
Mhm.
any of those types of workouts. I just was in Hawaii for a week and it was awesome. Got to run. I almost ran a half marathon there, but I decided not to. Just the price, I couldn't justify it. Um, so I just ended up running around the island, and I think there's no better way to see like a place you're visiting than just go on a run because that was like one of the highlights of the trip is running. So that's my what's the word they people say? I implore you, anyone out there, if you go on vacation, a nice area, go on a little stroll around and see the city. Just get a good workout in, and it's a great way to start the day. Um, and speaking of Hawaii as well, there's a movie. I guess it's a documentary, but it's like narrated by Jason Momoa. I saw it on the airplane. It's called Waterman. Have you seen it?
Mm.
It's about the Duke. So I'm gonna screw up his name. I probably should have wrote it down. But so it's they just know him as the Duke out there in Hawaii. He's a Hawaiian guy, like early 1900s, that just dominated swimming, and also like spread surfing around the globe. Like he really popularized surfing, and he surfed there on Waikiki, and just uh, seeing his story, stuff like that is very, I think, motivating to stay active and fit because those people that are just have that in their lifestyle and it's like, and that's one of those non-negotiable things about being healthy. Like throughout, they showed him he died kind of early, but I guess 77 nowadays that seems pretty early, but he's still in great shape and functional throughout his whole life. So I think that's a great reason to be active and push yourself and just had a really exciting life. So it was a good tribute and anyone wanting to find something to watch, check out The Waterman. And do you surf, Clark?
I used to.
Yeah,
That was back when I lived in California.
we gotta like rent some boards sometime. Maybe find a marathon on the coast and
There we
run
go.
a marathon and then go surfing because I don't know that was a lot of fun.
Come on up here. Yeah.
And the other reason you guys should run with us and stay healthy or just stay fit is if you have plans of having kids or grandkids, it's super cool to be able to do stuff like that with them for most of your life. Like, I was amazed. My mom got out there on the board and we went surfing in Waikiki there. And I mean, she wasn't that good, but it's hard to stand up surfing. Like, it probably takes, a few days before you can like reliably stand up on the board. But she got out there at, I don't even know how old she is, but I'm 28, so she's somewhat up there, and I thought that was awesome. But yeah, those are all my takeaways for the week. Any thoughts or things you want to plug?
I think I've got one more week just to make sure I'm not messing up anything and going backwards on as far as my health goes. And then I don't think there's anything on earth that can keep me from running again. So I'll be joining you here really soon. Time to get my base mileage back up.
I'm excited. I gotta admit, I've been missing our miles these last couple weeks. So get healthy and let's do it.
Get ready. I'm gonna catch up to you as fast as I can.
All right. See ya.
All right. See ya.
Thank you for listening to the Mike White Podcast. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Mike White Pod and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Y'all have a great day.